We are creatures of habit, forming patterns of the mind which repeat themselves over and over again. Although habit acts like a compelling law which drives one to repeat the patterns, it is not a law, for you and I can change the patterns. Many successful men such as Henry Ford, Rockefeller, and Carnegie were deprived in their youth. Many of the great names in this country came from poor families, yet they left behind them great accomplishments in the political, artistic, and financial world. One evening, a friend of mine attended a meeting for young advertising executives. The speaker of the evening said to these young men, "I have but one thing to say to you tonight, and that is to make yourself big, and you cannot fail." Taking an ordinary fish bowl, he filled it with 2 bags, one of English walnuts and the other of small beans. Mixing them with his hand, he began to shake the bowl and said, "This bowl is life. You cannot stop its shaking, as life is a constant pulsing, living rhythm. But watch." And as they watched, the big walnuts came to the top of the bowl, as the little beans fell to the bottom. Looking into the bowl, the man asked, "Which one of you is complaining?" Asking why, then added, "Isn't it strange? The sound is coming from the bowl and not the outside." A bean is complaining that if he had had the same environment as the walnut, he too would do big things, but he never had the chance. Then he took a little bean from the bottom of the bowl and placed him on top, saying, "I can move the bean through sheer force, but I cannot stop the bowl of life from shaking." And as he shook the bowl, the little bean once again slid to the bottom. Hearing another voice of complaint, he asked, "What's that I hear? You are saying that I should take one of those big fellows who thinks he is so big and put him on the bottom and see what happens to him. You believe he will be just as limited as you, because he'll be robbed of the opportunity of big things, just as you are. Let's see." Then the speaker took one of the big walnuts and pushed it right down to the bottom of the bowl, saying, "I still can't stop the bowl from shaking." And as the men watched, the big walnut came to the top again. Then the speaker added, "Gentlemen, if you really want to be successful in life, make yourself big." My friend took this message to heart and began to assume he was a successful businessman. Today he is truly a big man, if you judge success by dollars. He now employs over 1,000 people in the city of New York. Each one of you can do what he did. Assume you are what you want to be. Walk in that assumption, and it will harden into fact. There are 2 spiritual sayings which permeate the Bible. One is, "Go tell no man," and the other is, "I have told you before it comes to pass, that when it does come to pass, you may believe." It takes spiritual boldness to tell another that your desire is fulfilled before it is seen on the outside. If you do not have that kind of boldness, then you had better keep quiet. I personally enjoy telling my plans to my wife, because we both get such a thrill when they're coming to being. The first person a man wants to prove this law to is his wife. It is said that Muhammad is everlastingly great because his first disciple was his wife.